I've been sitting here chattering about nonsense and nobody's heard me.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I've been here the whole time. Hello, welcome.
Unfortunately.
Go ahead.
I said unfortunately true in this case. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome, all two of you that are in the audience. Welcome to an exciting new episode of Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
The lesbians are thirsty and have swords.
Mm-hmm.
And may also, be other things, like tieflings and dragons and stuff.
Like hopeless romantic.
Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink.
Yeah. Hopeless romantic nature witch boy who has a crush on a big minotaur. You know, people like that.
Exactly. See?
It's always a euphemism, Lavos. That's the secret.
It's always a euphemism.
So, what the hell happened last time? Does anybody remember?
I am trying to find my notes. We've been, it's been a week and a half, I think.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
It was like longer.
I want to say there was a bit about, Ula's ex, or not ex, the person that Bula was being against her will assigned to,
Yes.
attacked her.
I
And
thought it was Bula's betrothed and Hitomi's ex.
Yeah. Showed up.
yes, exactly. Both of them showed up and tried to cause trouble. Bula's betrothed shot her full of weird drugs, and apparently she's going through essentially dragon puberty. And Hitomi's ex was, I don't remember exactly what happened there, but he was menacing her and causing problems for the crew, I seem to remember. There was an attack on the port town that they were in.
A hole in the boat? No, how could that have happened?
Yeah, she used her acid breath on a spy guy and completely obliterated somebody with acid breath. And knocked a hole inside of the boat, so the boat is currently needing to dry dock and get repairs.
So what you're telling me is it was the shapeshifter's fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds
He
like
was also a misogynistic little twat.
Yeah. Exactly.
He did nothing but try and wind Bula up. And to be fair, he succeeded. He got what he wanted. He wound her up.
For better or worse, mostly for worse.
Yeah, he died for it. It's like, hey, maybe don't wind up the dragon girl. It did not end well for him, I seem to recall.
Yeah.
Face full of acid. And up to obliterate part of the ship.
Yeah. Fun times.
Fun times. That's sort of where my memory takes me. I'm a little fuzzy on the details on Hitomi's ex. Just that he was part of the attack.
Yeah. And then he retreated, and then there was a celebration afterwards, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a Gwen and Hitomi sweet moment that got interrupted.
Yes. I think those two are actively flirty still.
I think I recall that Gwen and Hitomi kind of made up an excuse to get away from the group of fangirls and went to either a room or to the ship to just chill out for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is when
he
you
finally got to kiss his crush.
Yeah.
yeah, when you wind up the dragon girl, you get a face full of dragon breath, and it did not end well for the shapeshifter. Yeah, well, you have to understand, Kat's room is full of laser pointers, and suddenly she just gets very distracted.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's called the ADHD laser pointer. Yeah. No, my I need to fix my models tracking. It's certainly something. Which involves needing probably an iPhone or something, I don't know. Anywho.
Ah, well.
I mean, the iPhone seems to work pretty well for me, but, you know, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
Yada Water Troy. Member FDIC.
Yeah.
Point at base of flame and sweep back and forth.
Indeed. Anyway, so I believe Gwen and Hitomi wake up in a bed together.
Excellent.
Would be my understanding of what happened.
Would you be down for this particular conclusion, Azure, for that particular night?
They wake up together or they go to bed together? Which part?
Yes.
If Gwen wakes up the next morning next to Hitomi, is Hitomi like in her mostly human form, or is she still like feral looking?
Let's check.
Let's pull out her character sheet.
She is at Feral 3, so she would be...
She's at least partially furry.
Yeah.
She's definitely got like some of the tails and the ears going on, which means, you know, she's one step below being fully furred out.
Yes.
Which means, and also I think if she spends the night with Gwen, that's going to knock it down another level. So I think she is getting more and more human as the night goes on.
If there was a tail on Hitomi, Gwen is probably cuddling it in her sleep.
Oh, there's absolutely...
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
And the best part is she doesn't realize it. She just thinks she's hugging a pillow.
Yeah.
It's just one of her tails.
So Gwen wakes up first with a face full of tail. How does she react to this?
She just kind of like shakes awake and rubs her face and is like, why is there so much, why do I feel like there's fur on my face? And she realizes she is hugging Hitomi's tails and just quietly elects not to react to that and just lets go of it like she wasn't doing that.
I think Hitomi wakes up to this.
And she sort of rolls over and looks at her. It's just like, you don't like the tails now?
She's been caught.
Quick, try to not act flustered.
That feels like a roll, DM.
Yes. There's the mask, but that's for an NPC.
Would this count as Hitomi offering emotional support and Gwen using ew feelings?
Yeah, let's have
Yes,
Hitomi
I
roll
think so.
emotional support.
Okay, you got it. This time I'm not going to use push to talk and cause me no end of problems with my... There we go.
Problems in a game with dice and queer
Feels
characters? No.
Art
Absolutely
and roll.
not.
Oh, good.
Down, B.
Oh, good grief. We already start off with a bad roll. I'm just going to mark experience. I'm going to have 2 level ups before you know it on this character. I need to start spending these.
Oh.
How would a 4 come across from Hitomi? I'm curious.
Her hair is a mess. She's got absolute bedhead. It does not come across very enticing. It's more like you smell like fox and you need a shower.
Joke's on you, I'm into that.
Gwen tries to think of an excuse for the fact that she was caught hugging Hitomi's tails as she slept, and then she sees Hitomi's hair and just chuckles a bit and tries to help her fix it.
She's just
that will.
embarrassed now.
So if Hitomi didn't even get to a 7, does that still count as me refusing to open up, or?
That's a DM question.
So if you refuse to open up, let me read the rules real quick. I think you still get the thing. When you offer some emotional support to someone away, meaningful roll. If they open up to you, no, you don't get to. You don't get to react with your feelings because they have to succeed. They have to succeed.
Ah, gotcha. So the feelings thing, does not happen, huh?
Yeah.
In that case, can Gwen try to help Hitomi fix her hair as an excuse to maybe hug her tails a little more when she is not looking?
That seems like an emotional support right back.
Yes, that does seem like it.
I was going to vote entice, but I forgot emotional support existed for a moment. Let's see.
I need to start deciding what
spirit is. Well, I don't think Gwen has anything she can do to make it spirity, so it's just heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, spirit isn't inherently just magical. It's more than just that. You know, it's
integrity or metaphysical power. Yeah, definitely not integrity. She's trying to help her, but she also hopes to like hug her tails a little more. He has ulterior motives.
Gasp.
How dare.
Gotta find the button again. That is a 7.
Hell yeah. Does this help Hitomi open up?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
What is her reaction to this?
I think she finds it adorable.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a comb or something?
I think she's got like, she opens up like a drawer in her like Foot Locker or whatever and pulls out like 3 different fur brushes. They look very well worn. Mm-hmm. It's just like, here, you take one, I'll take another one. And it's just like, pick a tail. There are lots. Pick one and get started.
And Gwen tries desperately to hide that her smile gets bigger.
Yeah. She just likes the tails.
I mean, have you seen them? They're beautiful.
Yeah. They're big and fluffy. Very fluffy.
Increase your feelings by 1, Gwen.
Ah, damn.
Her feral goes down by 1.
What emotional support option does Hitomi take?
I think... Hang on, let me scroll back down to emotional support. Does she have a condition? Yes, she's going to clear frightened.
Good.
Oh, it's so tender and gay.
Exactly! By the way, just as a quick reminder, Bula still has insecurity.
Yes. And I think we see a flashback to what's the fuck?
Give us some context so that we can help.
Daichi.
Daichi?
You see Daichi on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Angrily scowling at a picture of Gwen. It's like, oh, I'll make her pay. She thinks she can abandon me for this harlot. Make her pay.
Lovely.
So, could you remind us why Gwen left home?
So in this version, her mother is still a retired adventurer. Somewhat decently known by her like nickname or something. And Gwen feels like when she left, she felt like she couldn't live up to her mother's legend, and that she wanted to run away and try and get better and prove herself, even though she didn't need to.
Okay. That's what I thought. Just want to make sure I was remembering correctly.
Yeet.
All right. Now, if I remember correctly, Evan finally broke through to Brist as well.
Finally.
Was that my remembering? That's what happened, right?
Yes. They kissed.
I think they're a bit. They definitely have an awkward night of cuddling, but nothing else happens, I think.
That's fine. Evan is just finally happy his flirting got through for once.
It's like, I think it's in the morning, Evan laying on Brist's chest, he just kind of wakes up to Brist staring at him. It's like, and then blushes slightly, and it's like, morning. Didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, you're fine, but I guess we should get back to work and see if there's anything that needs doing on the ship, huh?
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Yeah. Would Evan like to roll, figure out a person, please?
Yes. I gotta find it.
It is Albert.
Ooh. I could spend a string to get +3, or if I wait and get one more string on him, I'll have a string advance.
You can roll. You can roll and then decide to add the string afterwards.
Oh, then I'll do that. 7.
Do you want to make it a 10 plus, or are you good with the 7?
No, I like the idea of him asking a question back.
If you don't have an immediate question, I think, Briss is gonna be like, so, do we want to talk about, you know, that?
Do I have any idea what he is referring to by that?
He's, his question, that's what he says in character. The out of character question is, what are your feelings towards us kissing?
Thank goodness, for a moment I thought he was referencing the large whale.
Oh. that you also might
I think-
accidentally end up in a relationship with or something.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Or I guess in this case, we'll sink that bridge when we come to it.
We'll destroy
Very
that
much.
yacht when we get to it.
Sink that dinghy. I think Evan like smiles in response and says, "I thought it was nice."
Yeah. I did too. Does he want to ask a question?
I think Evan will ask in response, I wasn't too, annoying or forward about it, was I?
No, of course not. You're certainly my friend still. I don't know. I care about you. You weren't annoying. If you were being annoying, I'd tell you, or put you on deck cleaning duty or something.
Damn.
But you're always very good for me. He says, trying to not make that seem a little sexual, but it comes off that way. Because let's be honest, we know Evan's got a praise king.
I definitely think his tail is like flicking back and forth a bit as Briss tries to like compliment him.
Yeah. Do you
Oh
have
man,
another question?
I could have him be so sassy right now.
Yeah.
DM, how would Brist react if Evan responded with, "Oh, so if I was annoying, you'd make me get down on my hands and knees and clean whatever you could find, huh?"
How would he react to that? Oh, he'd blush. Just like, well, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, you're insufferable, Evan.
I definitely think Evan will hug his arm after that. Like, haha, I got you.
Yeah.
I will probably think, or no, I think that might count as I think that counts as a question, even if it is sassy.
Yeah. I mean, you're like,
The "how would you feel about it" question,
yeah,
and from his response, it seems positively.
yeah.
That I'm glad I made that figure someone out roll.
I think he kisses you on your forehead and is like, "Come on, got work to do."
Evan follows along, and his tail is definitely wagging after that. Yay, yay, yay.
Is everything good with your tail there, Evan? It seems to be moving pretty erratically now.
He looks at it. Oh, fine. Just, nice and awake.
Kind of smirks at you. Right. Yeah. Anyway. And where do we find Bula? I think she was in the captain's quarters, right?
I think she they had a conversation about, like, she found out about like the whole dragon puberty thing, and
Yeah.
maybe she got like a book or something to read.
Yeah.
where she starts to find out more about like the dragon puberty suppressant that was being used on her,
Yeah.
and it was just being given to her, and it was like she didn't know about it, and she never consented to it. It was just something her parents kept giving her, and she's reading about that, trying to understand it. Because apparently, like, even Dante McLean had been told about it and had, like, some kind of version of it that was injectable.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to figure out more about it.
Why don't you give me a, call on a toxic power roll.
Ooh.
That would be new and different. Hang on a second.
That's gonna be
Scroll
spirit.
down. Yeah, I just gotta scroll way down on the character sheet. Roll on a toxic power. Spirit default. Nine, mixed beat, just one short.
Call on a toxic power, or if you're a warlock, beg your magical sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Interesting. Alright. You're reading about it, and it's a lot. Honestly, I think it just makes you angry. Of like, what has my family been doing to me for years? You know?
Didn't talk to her about it, never told her about it. Keeping secrets from her, lying.
Yeah.
She feels angry. And then, of course, the fact that Durante himself seems to be coming after her isn't helping matters. Everybody seems to feel like they own her.
Yeah. I think you get a light knock on your door to your room.
Hello?
It's me, Esme, dear. I just wanted to
Hey,
check in. Is everything all right?
she
How are you
holds up the
feeling?
book.
Ah,
They've been giving me this shit for years. They never told me anything about it. I don't know why I didn't think to question it before now.
you were never taught to question anything. It wasn't your place.
It's true.
They bred complacency and compliance out of you and, well, beat you whenever you didn't give it.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. Okay?
Thank you. I feel angry,
You should.
insecure, I guess.
Well, there's nothing to be insecure about. You're here with us, and we're going to keep you safe, okay?
I appreciate that.
Just gives you a
How long
hug.
are they? He leans into the hug. How long are we going to be in dry dock?
A couple more days. The raid did have some effect on the supply chain, so it's going to be a few more extra days until we figure that out, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help, okay?
You've already been a big help. I appreciate it.
Well, that's what I'm here
If
for.
there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Of course. I think what you can do to help is start getting control of your powers. It's going to be a lot, but I know you can do it.
Does she find anything else in the book on that?
Yes. There's a lot of good stuff in there about that. I don't know exactly how to, or if you care enough for me to like make up random bullshit about it, but let's
I don't
just say
think you
that
need to.
yeah, I think she finds stuff that is useful.
I think she starts practicing whatever that is to try and gain control of her like abilities, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you can clear insecure because your meeting with mom helped.
We love this
Mom's way
built-in.
cool.
Yeah, we love this built-in emotional support mom.
Yeah. Indeed. All right. So, do y'all do anything interesting in the next couple days?
Bula's studying a book, and I think like Hitomi is helping with the supply chain issues.
Okay.
So that seems like something that's on up her alley.
Why don't you give me...
A Hitomi roll?
I'm trying to think what it would be. Actually, there is something... If Gwen is also helping, you do have devise a devious scheme.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that would be helpful here if you want to roll that. Azure.
Checking. Aha, cunning plan, yes?
Yes.
For the purpose of helping fix the supply chain?
Yeah.
I like it, I like it. Jeez. That is a 3. That's the lowest I could roll.
Wow.
All right. So...
Can I like help somehow? If I'm part of this?
So there, you can spend a string to give +1, but that's not...
That's
not gonna help.
Gwen is just so out of her usual flow.
So yeah, you think you found a supplier. You're gonna take a small like fishing. You're gonna borrow a small fishing vessel, and you're gonna kind of go to one of the other like local islands that's nearby. And they got a shipment for you, and you just got to pay for it.
Oh boy, I'd love to see how this goes wrong.
So yeah, who's coming along? Obviously Gwen Hitomi.
I think Bula's kind of distracted right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Anybody else would be coming?
Evan?
Would Evan be coming, or Briss, perhaps?
I mean, drag the
I definitely
boys.
think if Brist goes, Evan will go.
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
Drag
The
along the
adventure of
boys.
Gwen gets everyone in trouble with her poorly her poor intuition of money making.
Yeah. So, there is a, you sail over there and you meet with, a very scrankly, old, kind of like wire-haired cat man.
Batman.
Khajiit has wears if you have corn. But like hair, very like dude doesn't know how to take care of himself. Kind of like wiry, kind of like poofed out look. And it's like, all right, got the supplies right here. Taps like several barrels of various supplies that y'all need. You got the gold?
Do we have the gold?
Yes.
Okay. I imagine some haggling takes place.
Yeah. And it's like, all right.
It's the sort of thing that like Hitomi seems good at, you know.
Yeah, it's like, all
Do
right.
we ever confirm that the barrels have the stuff that we want?
So you play? Yeah, I think you do. They're the things you wanted there, and you place the gold on the table, and the Catman shouts, "Get 'em, boys!" And several various furry creatures, several monkeys, and other various like scrangly looking animals and humans and stuff jump out of the bushes and fire rifles at you.
Oh, you're not gonna make me hurt monkeys, are you?
They're betraying you.
Yes, obviously. And you see, this is why I should have brought Bula.
All right. And because you were caught off guard,
Okay.
Gwen, I'm gonna have you stagger
Oh, boy.
no.
because it was your failure.
You're right.
Okay. The devious scheme has failed us.
I currently have one condition.
So what options? Are
DM, may I take grin and bear the blow and take guilty and insecure?
Of course, you can. Cool.
Hell
I think
yeah.
Hitomi sort of goes and places herself between like all of the boys with the guns and Gwen. And it's just like there's this loud growl. I'm gonna invoke transform.
Hell yeah. Set your
Arrow goes up to 4, and suddenly there's 9 tails, big furry ears, and it's just big angry fox demon woman.
Did she shout, you do not mess with my girlfriend or something?
Don't touch her.
Would you like to make...
I mean, it sort of feels like an entice roll, but if you got a better idea. Oh, big dyke energy. Absolutely.
Yes, but that triggers when you roll a 10+.
Correct.
Yeah, roll entice. That sounds good. This will be an intimidate roll, essentially.
Okay. Entice. Heart, daring, grace, wit, spirit.
Heart.
Okay, let's go hard on this one.
Anybody want to spend a string to bump that up?
Yes.
All right.
It's like I've spent all of my Gwen strings, unfortunately.
I will spend my last Hitomi string to help her.
All right.
All right. So you spend a string, and how do you help?
She's trying to intimidate them, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she's also doing it in sort of a protective mama kind of way.
Yeah.
Looking at my abilities. Can I say that Gwen uses her slippery ability to just crane her neck in a creepy way at one of the assailants?
It's like, you really want to mess with us?
While Hitomi's not looking, of course.
Yeah.
Well, she's sort of focused on what's going on.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So that bumps it up to a 7. And they're going to promise something they think you want, and run the fuck away.
Good.
It's like, look, the supplies are all there. It's didn't mean any offense. Didn't...
You jump out and like point guns at us.
Look, it's all a big misunderstanding. You got your goods. We're gonna take your gold and we're gonna go. Goodbye, goodbye. They run off, and one of them's left behind and on the shore, just like quivering in his boots.
I think Hitomi slowly walks up to him and just sort of pats him on the head. It's like, you gotta get some better friends in your life.
I will, miss. I'm sorry.
It's like, this is the part where you run.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't want to hurt you, little monkey boy. Please.
We're stuck. I'm stuck on an island here. I don't have a boat. I'm trying to run.
You can run. You can roll back with us. I didn't actually want to hurt you guys. I just needed stuff to fix my boat.
Okay, that'd be very nice, miss.
And I think Hitomi, since she's all like hulked out right now, she sort of picks up the supplies in one arm and sort of picks up the monkey boy in the other.
Amazing.
That's hot.
All I want to do is see you turn into a giant woman.
Hell yeah.
Oh, mood.
Very good.
I mean, if she had a third arm, she'd pick up Gwen.
It's called a pigback ride.
How much can she lift with her tails?
It sort of forms a bed of just furry tails that she can just lay on, and it's just like it's all tails.
Well, that was easy.
I bet Hitomi just grabs Gwen's wrist with one of her tails and like walks away with her.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So you get the supplies.
Gwen is fine with this.
And make it back to shore.
And we have a monkey boy. Does Esme take note of monkey boy with a gun?
Pick up a stray.
Well, okay, so the supplier tried to jump us with a bunch of his, it uses air quotes, friends. We intimidated them. They ran off, but they abandoned one of their friends, and so she picks up the little monkey boy. So we have a little guest. He can decide what he wants to do. We could always use more hands around here.
Ask him some questions about, ship business, and he's like, yep, I can do the XYZ things, and it's like, all right, well, promise not to betray any of us. It's like, oh, of course not, man. Of course not. Very intimidating.
He wouldn't be foolish enough to do that a second time, would he?
Exactly. And yeah, so y'all recruit a monkey.
We have recruited the poor monkey boy who was abandoned by his friends. It's like, I think Hitomi pats him on the backside. Welcome aboard. We're much better friends than that last group. I promise that.
Thank you, miss. And still very terrified of you.
I think her feral drops by 1.
Yeah.
So she's starting to look a little bit more human again.
You see him breathe a little bit. You just do that at, like, any time?
Generally only when I'm, like, really angry, need to do a big fight.
I see.
It's an adrenaline response, you know?
Yeah. Well, remind me never to piss you off.
I do recommend this. And then she just sort of, like, hugs Gwen with inner tails.
Gwen is fine with this.
You're a lucky girl, miss. Says to Gwen. Your girlfriend's, pretty terrifying. How does Gwen react to being called Hitomi's girlfriend?
Oh man, gosh, Gwen's torn between wanting to compliment Hitomi but also not wanting to make her look less threatening.
Very, very difficult.
Tough choice.
Right.
I think Gwen will settle for, yeah, just don't cross her.
Won't make that mistake again, miss. Crawls up into the rafters.
Gwen, +1 pride.
Alright. How long have we been live for? About an hour.
Are you feeling, like, overwhelmed or, like, not, like...
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I was thinking taking a quick break. Taking a quick breather.
Yeah, self-care breaks are good.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to invoke my self-care emotes.
Yes. Oh, gonna
Because
take a quick 5-minute break. It's been an hour.
Self-care.
And we'll continue on our adventure.
Piratical adventure.
Alright. See y'all soon. Wop. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. It is now time for a meeting to be called. Everybody on the ship is called. And Esme pulls out a world map. Now, as you all are probably aware, I am in search of dragon eggs. The information we found of the Mermaid Temple, the Mermaid Library, led us to 3 possible locations. One is deep within the mountains, very far from shore. So, not very ideal for us. Second one is in the east. Along names of a town. Started trading around there. And the third, and she sticks a dagger into the capital of Bula. What is your parents' empire called or whatever?
It's a church. The Church of Lataclavius, and they sort of have a town that is like the Venice of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
I think it was just called Lataclavius.
Sticks a knife in the town is much closer to home. Buried deep beneath the channels of the Church of the Lataclavius.
Ah, the underground vault, Bull said. Yeah, I've heard of them. Father would never let me in there. It would be interesting to find out what else he's been trying to hide. So, out of character, we have a Bula mission, a Hitomi mission, and a mountain mission?
A third thing that I had to come up with, because I wanted a third thing.
Okay.
Maybe it's related to Evan or Gwen. It's near where
Oh, who knows?
I don't know. This might be an Evan or Gwen thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like clearly the other two seem to be pointing at my 2 characters.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was going to suggest we go the Bula or Hitomi route.
It seems like Esme really wants to do the Bula one. That feels sort of main plot.
Very good plot stuff. Yeah, I like.
This one's the most dangerous. Be going right into the heart of the enemy.
Perfect.
I recommend we go together. Our best sword wielders, Hitomi suggests. No matter which one we choose, the rest of the crew, I recommend stay with the ship to try and keep it safe. If there's less of us, it's easier to not be noticed in a crowd. And if there's one thing I can tell you about the capital, Bula says, it's crowded. It's easy to get lost in a crowd. She sort of glances over at Esme. It's like, if I remember my reading correctly, you can appear human if you want, right?
Correct.
She nods. You and the other, 4 of us, and she points to the members of the party.
Yeah.
I think 5 of us would be able to get in and out fairly easily if we blend in with the crowds.
Certainly possible, but it is incredibly risky.
She sort of looks over at Hitomi. You're the only one that stands out. I think at that, Hitomi feels a little self-conscious, and her barrel fades another mark.
Can Gwen try to flirt with Hitomi to cheer her up?
Always.
Why would that not be allowed?
Just wanted to make sure with the DM.
Yeah.
I think Gwen will like quietly nudge Hitomi's arm and whisper her something like, "She just means you're quite something to look at." And Gwen gives her a little wink.
Would you like to roll an emotional support if Hitomi needs one?
He doesn't really need one, but
Gwen does.
yeah, I sort of feel like I want to turn this around to an emotional support on her.
Hell yeah.
Oh, geez, I forgot. I have -2 to emotional support and -2 to entice. Fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say I sort of want to turn this around. Is there any way that she could pull that off?
Always.
Maybe like put a hand over Gwen's hand. It's like, it's all right. I understand. You know, I can sometimes stand out in a crowd.
It's almost like Gwen is projecting to try and cheer up someone she cares about.
Yeah.
And
Wild.
To mask her true feelings. I don't know.
yeah.
Crazy how that works.
I would like to do an emotional support role, DM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Upbeat. Does Gwen open up to Hitomi on this one?
Or do you
I
feel
think,
like-
yeah, she was trying to be sweet to Hitomi. She wouldn't just turn around and close up. At least not that quickly.
Good. Then
you both get
if they open up to you, they choose one, and you either choose one or take a string on them.
Nice.
Well, I don't need to declare a condition. I could mark XP and gain another level up.
Possibly.
Meanwhile, the dice are like, "Oh, don't worry. We'll make sure that happens anyway."
You can also take a string or some XP.
Let's see. Definitely clear condition.
Yes, you need to.
I definitely think Gwen feels less insecure around Hitomi.
Yay!
Cute.
Kyote.
Gwen tries to cheer up Hitomi by giving her a compliment and gets it turned around on her.
Like you do.
Hitomi gets to see that surprised, starry-eyed smile again.
She finds it endearing.
Aw. Cute. These bitches.
Gay.
Yeah.
Oh, did Hitomi gained a string on Gwen, didn't she?
She took the XP instead
Ah, gotcha.
because she was right at a level up. And I've been slowly buffing her stats.
Oh, right. I probably should have gained a feelings or two earlier when I got hit with stagger. I forgot that receiving conditions makes me increase feelings.
This is true.
So that should probably be at 3.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a good thing. Gwen was close to freaking out and tearing off the mask again, metaphorically.
Good thing that's gonna happen right as y'all are gonna get into a place where you need to be stealthy.
Yeah, place where you need to mask.
Oh boy.
It's almost like this is a parallel for autism.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So the group has like a pretty good idea of like what our next target's going to be, right?
Yes.
Willa knows her way around the city. Esme knows what she's looking for. And, like, Hitomi and Evan and Gwen are there as, like, support.
Yeah, y'all need to get into the vaults.
And imagine the creatures that Gwen could talk to.
Gwen or Evan?
Or Evan. Sorry, for a moment I forgot which one's the nature witch.
Yes.
This time it is
Where are you
Evan.
from?
Yeah, and that threw me.
Io sono from Italia.
So I'm used to Gwen being the nature witch.
Yes.
Oh, she's the spooky witch.
Spooky witch.
Spooky, scary witch.
That's why they're dating.
So,
So,
we have a vault to raid.
raiding a vault, raiding a vault.
The Borderlands theme starts playing.
Oh boy.
I mean, which theme? I mean, if it was Borderlands 2, it was literally just, God, I have it on my playlist. Hang on a second.
It's not the most important, but
I have a question.
yes.
About how long does it take us to get from this port to like a good spot in the mountains for us to infiltrate?
Say about 2 weeks.
Would that be enough time for Gwen to have a heart-to-heart with Hitomi?
Yes.
And the song I was thinking of was Shortchange Hero.
Ah, that's a good one.
Because it's basically the title music from Borderlands 2.
Yes.
I think one day while sailing, like after like the day's maintenance is done on the deck, Hitomi probably finds Gwen like sitting in her room, like at the edge of the bed, holding one of her brushes, just looking like she needs to say something.
She flicks one of her tails out in interview. How you doing?
Wow, you're really gonna do that to her?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That's fair and gay.
How you doing? How you feeling?
Fine.
Comes and sits down next to her. You look like you got something you want to talk about.
I thought it would be nice for us to talk about a few things before we went into another mission again.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure if I was imagining things during the last time we had combat back at town, but when I tried to step in to save you, it felt like you were more concerned with me than anything. Like, perhaps I had stepped in when I shouldn't have. I didn't want you to feel like I was doing it because I thought you needed it.
I don't like seeing my friends, companions, acquaintances, loved ones get hurt. I didn't assume you were trying to say anything negative. Didn't even cross my mind. Only thing I could think about was I didn't want to see you get hurt.
And I didn't want to see anything bad happen to you.
And it turned out all right. And we have a monkey.
Oh, I mean, out of character, Gwen was talking about when she, like, jumped in with Gallant Rescue when, nope, I tried, but I forgot his name.
I think her reaction would still be the same. She is not the kind of person that would assume that Gwen meant anything negative by it.
Sounds like another emotional support.
Kind of, but which way? Who needs the supporting?
Well, mechanically, Gwen is trying to, where is it? Gwen is trying to open up to someone whose regard matters to her to get some feelings off her chest.
Well,
Good,
I'd
that
say
counts.
Gwen is absolutely opening up to her.
Yeah. Reduce those feelings by 2, I guess.
Oh, I thought it was reduce.
Yeah, reduce.
Shit.
Oh, I thought you said raise. My bad. Gwen definitely tries to hold Hitomi's hand and just... I know we've been somewhat playful with each other since we've known, but I haven't really known how to talk to someone like this. I've just kind of followed along with what you guys are doing.
And there's sometimes a time and a place for that, but I also just would prefer to get to know you as opposed to you trying to be whatever we want, you know?
I just want to be someone my family can be proud of.
What makes you say they're not?
Well, trying to think of a nickname for what her mother would have formerly been called, and that's probably something I should have done beforehand.
All good.
Have you ever heard of the Irish Maiden?
Out of character question. Would she have?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Very much like many stories of like, oh, she and her group defeated this, or wow, she took down a tyrant all the way out in this town, and stuff like that. Like, kind of like outrageous adventuring stories shared in taverns.
Heard a few stories. Why do you ask?
Well, she is my mother. And I've always tried to live up to her example, even somewhat, but I just don't feel like I'll ever match her.
I think Hitomi considers that for a second. But you're not her. You may be your mother's daughter, but that doesn't make you her clone. It's okay to forge your own path and your own destiny, and from what I've seen, you're doing a good job of that. You have a place, you have people who respect you, and you're already doing interesting feats in the field. And doing gallant rescues.
Haha, she said the thing.
Yeah.
I had a good excuse. So Sumi.
You're right.
Damn, these bitches gay.
I definitely think Gwen is quiet for a moment as she tries to process that. Like, she definitely looks like she's trying to think of an excuse of like, oh yeah, but my mom's so much cooler, or it's nothing compared to what she's done, like that kind of thing. Like she has this look on her face like she doesn't think of Hitomi as a liar, but she definitely doesn't fully believe what she's hearing.
Besides, you're just the beginning of your adventuring career. There's still time for bigger things to happen. Live your life, not hers.
I know, but I guess I'm worried that if time keeps passing and I haven't made my own legend, will people think that I've just dragged her down?
I don't think so. Personally, I think you're doing just fine. And I think you're assuming that nothing's going to happen between now and the end of time. And it's like, well, that's just not how things have been going. I mean, we just got ambushed by monkeys today. That was just today. Now we're ready to go.
Gwen definitely gets a little chuckle out of that. I think she'll try and hold Hitomi's hand and definitely try to not cry from all the praise and compliments from someone she cares about.
She gets hugged.
Clear another condition, coward.
And she's big, she's got a tail wrapped around her. It's very fluffy. Fluffy.
I will clear guilty just because it is so gay and sweet.
There you go.
Yeah, Gwen definitely hugs her back and tries very subtly to pet the tail a little more.
The tail is very much there. It just wants to be touched. You already have a hairbrush.
I think, at least for that day, Gwen just kind of like sits with Hitomi and helps brush her tail again. DM, I would like to make an unrelated daring roll for thoughts in my head.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was about to say it came out very slow. I think at some point when it's like calmed down a bit and like they've hung out for a little while and Hitomi's tails have been brushed and they like laugh after a story again. I definitely think Gwen like takes Hitomi's hand and gives the back of it a small kiss.
He blushes.
Because that sounds appropriately gay.
Gay, 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 gay.
And that is what Gwen is up to over these 2 weeks.
Being a homosexual. Very good.
Oh, you know it. It's in her family tree.
Living up
Runs
to
in
her
the family.
Living up to her mother's legends, I see.
At least her younger days.
Oh.
I hear that. Do you need a rest?
Fairly strange. Yeah.
Do you need a rest?
I'm okay for now. I don't know.
Okay. If you feel like you need to rest,
I will
let
you
us know. Okay.
Okay.
We are big on self-care here.
Hell yeah.
So,
And I can put Azure on the ceiling.
all right. So what does everybody want to do next? I'm assuming we're gonna go raid the church.
We're gonna raid the church, the Lataclavius church vault. I think everybody's in sort of. They're disguises so that they look like they fit in,
Yeah.
but not as somebody like outstanding or noticeable, like nobles or anything. They're just like common folks' clothes. They look like they blend in. Blend in, disappear.
They're blended in, but are they gay?
I mean, I'm pretty sure most of them are.
You right.
I would like you all to make a defy disaster check for me.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Uh-oh. With what's that?
Using
Or does it depend on what we're doing?
how do you try to blend it? Let's start with that.
I only have
Subterfuge.
one question.
Yeah.
The place that we like enter into, I'm guessing like the port town or the adjacent village to the church? Question mark.
Yeah, I think you go into like a smaller fishing village. You set down there, and then you'll probably like take a cart into town.
Does the town that we begin in look like more of a like celebratory town or more of like a prudish conservative town?
British conservative.
Ooh, damn. I was gonna say that Gwen disguises herself as a courtesan so she can keep that veil around her face. But seems like the wrong place to do that. She kind of like peeks out and's like, plan B.
I mean, you can keep a veil around your face. There's nothing. That's
Oh, it was more of like having an excuse to wear the veil, but with something provocative. She
you're
instead she will
entering
go with
Brood
plan
Town,
B.
USA. That's plan B.
Oh yeah, what was the stat? Sorry.
I was suggesting wit.
Is that what you rolled?
Mm-hmm. Because that makes sense for the way I was suggesting that they hid themselves.
Okay.
You know what? That sounds good.
Yeah.
By disaster using wit.
Bula is
That is a 10.
That is indeed a 10. Bula is an orc girl who has little budding green stone horns. She's having some issues with that.
Yeah.
If I do it with style, DM.
Uh-huh.
If Gwen attempts to disguise herself as like some sort of monk or robe-wearing clergywoman,
Yeah.
at some point can she like look to Bula and show her like a little like trying to think of words. Can Gwen like secretly make a silly face to Bula to try and like raise her spirits and get a string on her?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gwen follows along and pretends to be a devout, pious woman, but when Bula can see her, she just like makes a face like, bleh. Booga, booga, booga. Like, it's like, ugh, I'm wearing this.
It's a smile out of her. It's...
Oh. DM.
Mm-hmm.
That would give me a 4th string on Bula. I only now realize this.
String advance.
So, what does the Gwen learn about Bula?
Probably something related to her religious oppression.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like this.
What are your ideas, Mitha?
Well, I was going to kind of do this during the mission. I think she finds things in the vault relating to Bula. I kind of want her to find, like, records and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
I think that would make sense. Find out about, like, maybe the dragon the anti-dragon medication that she's been doped up on. Or maybe or maybe some stuff about her mom. You know, where the dragon side comes from, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I can think of lots of ideas.
Sounds good. I have removed all but 1 string and given myself 2 XP.
Very good.
Here's the hard part. How the fuck are we gonna disguise Evan and Brist?
Carefully.
Take out the razor. Zzz. Shaved Highland cow. That's just a very sad image.
Oh, poor Brist.
God. We just try and get Evan and Brist into the cart first before anyone sees them.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Actually, you know what? Let me check his stats actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have an idea, DM.
Those are always good. What's your idea?
I mean, I know, I'm surprised. Usually I get like one of those a week.
The brain cells are working extra hard today, I see.
I know, I was wondering what that smoke smell was. If I say Evan uses his ability to talk to animals to like maybe make a small distraction, like to plead with them, hey, I saw some food over there. Would you you could probably go get it, and if they come after you, we'll make noise to distract the guy. Evan would like to try and use his ability of talking to animals to provide enough of a distraction for him and Briss to get into the cart unnoticed. And I would like to use Spirit, if that's all right.
That sounds great.
Watch me roll a 3, no, a 4, my lowest. We'll defy disaster with Spirit. 12.
Hell yeah. Works very well.
In that case, may I say that Evan gains a string on this areas / islands critters, in the sense of, as soon as him and Brisk get into the wagon, he sees like one of the townspeople getting ready to like shoo off a few of the squirrels, and Evan manages to use his nature powers just enough to like trip the person with like a root and make them spill over a large bucket of like seeds or something.
Yes. I love this.
God, that is beautiful. I love that. Evan feels so proud of himself. This is one of the most devious things he's ever done.
Hell yeah. All right.
Evan, internally, I'm a bad boy.
And not the the kind of bad boy that means you're actually a trans woman.
Oof.
So, here's what happens. You all start approaching the gate. And, Evan and Brist are hiding in the back of the cart. You know, Esme's leading it. There's like, I need you to remove that hood, miss. Pointing to you, Bula. What does Bula do?
Thinking.
That was a down B roll, so how does she handle that? I did.
Gallant rescue. Wait, hang on. Before I declare that, how visible is Bula?
I think Bula...
Like, is she, like, sitting at the front of the cart leading it?
It's Bula, Esme. It's Bula, Esme, and then Gwen and Hitomi are probably in the back of the cart, kind of sitting in there, and then Brist and Evan are, like, in the cargo. That's, like, on top of, like, a large thing of, like, vegetables or something. It's like, I'm just a local farmer. Don't mind me, doop-a-doop-a-doop-boop.
Damn, my idea was gonna be that if Bula was, like, just barely visible, like, through the tarp or something, Gwen could try and, like, throw a pebble or something to make him look away, and then quickly, like, just pull Bula back and, like, get in her place and make it look like she was the one that was asked to take her hood down. But if Bula and Gwen are out in the open, then I need to think of something else fast.
Squirrels!
Well, yeah, funny you mentioned that.
Distraction by squirrels.
The squirrel, start running up around him and start, like, nibbling on him as a bucket of seeds is dropped onto him.
Just big acorns falling out of the sky.
Randomly. Basically, you're just like, just go forward. And y'all get through due to Evan and Gwen's crits.
Hell yeah. Does that also consume the string with the local animals?
No,
Oh, cool.
y'all got enough.
There were 2 upbeats. There was one from Gwen and there was one from Evan.
Yeah.
Now watch me fuck it up in the next few rolls. Yeah.
All right.
Nature boy.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was Nutman, but I knew that one wouldn't be taken seriously.
Yes, for obvious reasons.
That or like Squirrel Fiend or something. So the guard is distracted and we make it through.
Yes.
And now I have a very important question. Does Evan sing to talk to animals? Is Evan a Disney princess?
Of course he is.
He has definitely hummed to them at least once.
Excellent.
Very good, very good, very good.
I mean, he is very fairy tale hearted.
He does have dem tails.
Mm-hmm. He's the tiefling.
Wait, is Gwen the only one without a tail?
I think so.
You need to get.
I don't think Bula has a tail yet, but it's forming.
There's a little tail nub.
She's got a little dragon tail nub.
Don't worry.
Gwen's the odd girl out. What do you mean, don't worry?
I'm sure Hitomi has some ideas. Don't worry, we'll get you a tail.
I'm sure Hitomi or Esme have some sort of magical nonsense.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, at least she is getting tail from Hitomi.
Damn.
And like, how many myths are there of Kitsune doing magic, like turning people into things?
Yeah.
So
I mean, she's already done that once. She turned Gwen into someone who's loved.
Damn.
I was gonna say someone who's gay, but that was probably already there.
Yeah, I mean, she was already flirting with girls before things got serious between her and Hitomi.
Damn.
Now we
this
just
bitch
need to get
is
it
gay.
like an actual like gay romance for Bula going here.
I'm sure I can make up an excuse.
Look, we all know that Polycule Endgame is look, it's objectively mechanically correct to have everyone in your party kiss at the end, at the last fight. It's objectively correct.
Starting a campaign, adventuring party, ending a campaign, adventuring polycule.
Yeah,
Exactly. How else are you supposed to get enough people to form a D&D party if you don't like have everybody in your polycule?
Yeah, with regular scheduling.
Is that what happened
without
to Critical Role?
I'm pretty sure. Sounds about right. We are very distracted.
Yeah, we're gonna raid a vault. Unless you don't want to.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So y'all make it into the main town. Bula, what does it look like? What does our church city, Vatican city look like?
A lot of like columns. A lot of everything is written in like a script that is unnecessarily complicated, and a lot of like, this site is historical because blur. This site is historical because of, somebody picked their nose here. You know, a lot of not. This is definitely a town that thinks way too much of itself.
This is where racist McBigot injured the first dragon that we ever saw that we know of.
I imagine like there are like actual like dragon skulls mounted in a number of places. It's disgusting for Esme. And like think like being in the South in the US and seeing all the Confederate generals statues in the middle of boulevards.
I try not to, but
That shit. What I'm saying is it's the South.
medieval the South. But yeah, even more reason for Brist and Evan to not poke their heads up.
That said, I think Bula knows where they need to go.
Yeah.
And there's probably guards there they're going to have to talk their way past.
Yes.
I also think there's a vault door, but I think Hitomi has a solution for that one.
Oh, God.
How you doing?
My brain is not working anymore.
Okay. Maybe it is time for me to assert a self-care
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
Because I think you're
Sorry,
not
y'all.
doing well. It's okay. Quick clarification question. Are we planning on playing on Monday?
Yes. Are you going to be good to run Sky Pirates? Raccoon Spot?
On Monday?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you guys yesterday, but I didn't have internet. If we could get 1 to 2 guests to play with us, it would make the game run either smoother or quicker, because it says it's for like 3 to 6 players, not including the leader.
Okay. I mean, we're hopefully going to have a silver.
Well, keep in mind 2 things. If we're going to have a silver, we have 2 other games that we were doing with silver. We
True.
could do Apocalypse World, or we could do Monster Hearts.
True. I guess we'll just have to figure it out on Monday and let everyone know as soon as we do.
It really depends on whether or not we have silver. Now, that said, if we wanted to get 2 more people, it really depends on who's available on Monday.
Yes.
Let's talk about this offline.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but let's... I think we probably have a silver, I'm not sure, but we will have to figure this out. Alright, I am... Sorry, y'all, I am...
You are
rating.
entitled to self-care because you have needs as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
DM, this is a mutiny, and we are forcing you to go self-care. Cruise orders.
Yep.
Alright, who are we going to raid?
1 second.
That is a great question. I don't know.
Kumi's still on.
None of the small follower, or none of the small streamers I follow are online currently.
Lucky Bun's on. But, like, Lucky Bun's not exactly small. And we've already rated Kumi twice today.
Double dipping on rating the same person. You'll never expect it.
I mean, technically, if we rated Kumi, that'd be triple. But he's the
Just keep coming back
smallest.
like a boomerang.
He's the smallest streamer that's currently online right now, on my list. because Laveau's since rated out. Otherwise, I would have suggested Laveau. Willow's on.
Yeah, I think rating Willow makes the most sense.
Because, I mean, here we are, we're in a world where Willow has a small, like, a third the follower size as Lucky Bun.
Yeah. I'm gonna start the raid on.
Alright. Make sure you go take care of yourself, get some food in you, get some sleep if you need it.
I will.
Yeah, this is a threat. Lovingly.
Yes.
We love you
And,
all. Have a good day, y'all.
And I'll be on Satisfactory tomorrow.
Alright, bye.
Yeah.
So-